Okay, looks like there's a little delay, but I figured out the camera situation here. Right. Okay, looks like there's a little delay. And this looks weird because you gotta figure out the camera monitors, get 6 of them, and I'm looking up at the one monitor. Like so delay. And this looks weird because let's see if I can figure out where to see 6 of them and stream them. What in the world is that? Okay, hang on. I'm trying to figure out what this noise is. Yes, it does sound like aliens coming. Okay, did the aliens disappear for everybody else? I can just barely hear them now. Okay, can you still hear me okay? For everybody else? I can just barely hear them now. Okay, can you still hear me okay? Everybody else? I can just barely hear them now. Okay, how about that? Is that any better? Okay, how about that? Is that any better? Okay, how about that? Is that any better? Okay, cool. So, hopefully everybody can hear me all right now. I've never used this laptop before to go live. Okay, cool. So, hopefully everybody can hear me all right now. I've never used this laptop before to go live. Okay, I had some feedback there on my end, but yeah, it was repeating for me too. I'm not sure what it's doing that for. What in the world? Oh, okay, yeah, I think I figured it out. I think what I was doing was I had the volume up on my laptop and it was feeding back through after I said whatever it was I was going to say. So, let's see here. Okay, seems like it's alright now. So, I screwed up on my my skater diet video tonight. I had almost the entire thing edited, and like, okay, let me tell you this first. Whenever I am like running behind or something, I will post on the Facebook page, the Skatemaster Nate Facebook page, that I'm running behind, and it'll be posted later or something like that. So if anybody's watching this and you want to go like that page, then if I don't upload at a time that I say I'm going to, then you'll be able to see it on that page. I had said that it was going to be a little bit late, and then I saved what I had done, and when I went back, I couldn't find it anywhere. I have no clue where it saved it, so I'm going to have to finish that up tomorrow, and I'll get that posted tomorrow. But I'm still playing around with this whole live thing here, so I thought I would do that again tonight, get that figured out on the laptop here, so we can do that more often. But I want to be going live from the skate parks. And one thing I'm going to be doing, I mentioned this the other day when I did my, let's see, what is it, my live warm-up. I mentioned that there's a mini ramp at the park in New Philadelphia, and I want to be, let's see, I want to set up a live stream from that mini ramp when I try to drop in on it for the very first time. I have skated it a little bit, but just, rolling back and forth, and I think I'm working up the transitions enough where I can get on there and finally drop in, because when I don't drop in on that ramp, I can't get enough speed to go up the other side, and it's, it's all part of that progression. So that's one of the things I'm looking forward to doing. It was funny because today, as some of you know, I went live on my way home when I was driving from that park earlier, and I went over to another park, a 9th Street park, and I met a couple kids over there, gave them some stickers and that, and talked to them a little bit. And this little tiny kid, he was like, "Oh, I can drop in on that," and he points to this huge ramp. I'm like, "Okay, we'll go for it." And he climbed right up and dropped in. And I was so blown away. And it just made me feel like, oh my god, I can't even drop in on this little mini ramp yet. And here's this tiny little kid dropping in on this huge 6 foot. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be building up to that. So, it appears that everything is working on here fine now. If it's not, guys, let me know. John, I did go and sub to your other channel. It looked like there was a couple channels on there with that name, so I hope I got the right one. Try to pull it up here right now. Yeah, it definitely is easier when you're younger. I can tell you one thing. The fear is not there. What's up? The fear is not there when you're a kid. I mean, it is a little bit, but when you're a kid, you're just kind of like, who cares if I get hurt? Let's go do this. And when you're an adult, all you can think about is getting hurt. Now, I can tell you that that fear is going away as I hit the bigger obstacles. And that's really cool because that park in New Philly, that's the park that I filmed at in last week's episode. And when I first walked onto that park, the big side that was built for BMX bikes, I was just like, my heart is just beating so hard, and I'm like, how am I ever supposed to skate this? But the more I go over there, and anybody who watched my video, I think I called it Super Fun Skate Session, where I managed to get up on the really big hubba, I think it's called, or I don't know what these things are called. But I made it up on there, and I'll tell you this. As soon as I made it up there, every ramp in the park shrunk. It seemed like it just shrunk in size. Everything seemed so much more attainable or doable, whatever the word is. You know, like I looked at those ramps a totally different way, and I was like, oh my god, I can hit that one over there. So I'm definitely doing better with that, and really looking forward to getting higher and higher on those. My current weight right now, Jesus Rodriguez, is 330. Oh, sweet! You just landed your first kickflip. That's awesome. I definitely have to get back to kickflips. That's another thing I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to everything, man. I'm so excited to be skating again. And it's been a year now, but yeah. I mean, I'm finally getting comfortable on the board where I can start really pushing for these tricks, you know, and just doing things that seem minor, but it'll be a major step for me. Let's see, Brandon Raymer. Oh, okay, you're asking John what channel is his skater diet on, okay. I'm looking forward to seeing that, too. And John, if you want to post the name of that channel up here, go for it, man, because I subscribe to one, but I don't think it's the right one. And if anybody who's just chiming in now, you see me looking like over here and really high and everything, it's because I have 6 big monitors on my computer setup here. And it's like I have to get a big crook in my neck when I'm looking up at them, so. Yeah, man, that park in New Philly, believe me, it's worth the drive. It's so much fun. What do I use for editing videos? Right now, I use like a generic version of Sony Vegas 13. I can't think exactly what it's called. But it's just generic. It's just called Vegas 13. It's really cool, too, because it allows you basically as many layers as you want. There was a video I made a little while ago where I was talking about eating a dozen donuts, and it allowed me to put like 14 layers on there where I could stack up the donuts. It was really cool, so I really love it. Kai, just got some skate shoes so I can start back up skating. Can't wait. Awesome. Awesome, and you're going to love it. Wait till you feel that wind when you're skating down the street, just on flat ground, just skating and cruising around. That wind blowing on you is absolutely amazing. there's a local town that I go to every once in a while, and about 8:30 at night, I swear they roll up the streets. Everybody disappears. It's silent, and I've been out there a couple times, and I'm gonna make a skate video in that town at night because it's just so quiet. It's like a ghost town, and I go out there sometimes to just walk around because it's so quiet and so peaceful. But yeah, I'm gonna make a skate video in that town pretty soon here because it's so much fun. Let's see. Okay, 7 Koala Bear 7. Okay, I'm gonna look that up, John, and I'll sub to you. Do you longboard? No, I never have longboarded. I've watched a lot of longboard videos. In fact, there's this one called Claremont. These two guys are longboarding in like 3-piece suits. It's absolutely amazing. I wish I knew how to link something on here, and I would link the video, but just look it up on YouTube. It's called Claremont. It absolutely crazy. If you remember me, I would be surprised. Should I remember you? Give me a hint if I should. Have we ever met in person? Just tuned in. Are you selling decks again anytime soon? Yes. Selling decks right now. Eraskateboarding.net. And I was selling my things on a couple of different sites, but it was a problem because you had to sign up for an account and everything. So I rebuilt the website, eraskateboarding.net, and as soon as you go to it, the decks are right there on the front. All you have to do is hit the Buy It Now button. Takes you to PayPal, and you pay, and it'll be on its way. Okay, and Joy is, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but yeah, where did we meet? And I mean, would I know if you told me your real name? Or oh yeah, Brandon, that Barnyard, man, I absolutely love that deck. And like you said, the nose, it's so short, it's like 3 inches, and it's so weird. At the time that deck first came out, it was a huge nose. But now that we're used to having the nose and the tail almost the same size, with that short nose, it feels like you're going to fly off the front. Ah, yes, Dogwood Park last summer. Did I give you a shirt? Didn't you sell on Etsy before? Yes. I was selling them on Etsy, and Etsy, for some reason, apparently felt that the things I was selling, even though it's my own brand and I've created everything, they felt that didn't fit their format, so they pulled everything. So I'm not selling my stuff on Etsy anymore. The black G-bones and black rails, that's awesome. Alright, sweet, yeah. Alright, when I gave you the shirt, you were with, like, 2 other guys, if I'm not mistaken. I've stopped at a lot of parks and given out shirts and stickers and things, but I think I remember you guys specifically. Okay, yes. Yeah, the one that's been texting you on Instagram trying to skate. Yep, I know who you are then. Yeah, I definitely want to get over there again. The thing is that, like, the times that I have to skate, it basically is... I never know when I'm going to have a chance, let's put it that way. Because I'll get up in the morning and I'm like, okay, I have to do this, 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 and this today. Do I have a chance to go skate? Is it raining? You know, what other things are my obstacles that I'm looking at today? So the times that I get to go skate, most of the time is just kind of on the fly. Like the park I've been going to in New Philly there. I've been spending some time at my girlfriend's house because she's had some things going on, and I've been up there a few times recently because on my way home from her house, all I have to do is swing right off the highway, and I never know what time that's going to be. But if I have the time and it's not raining, then I run out and skate. How are you liking your new yellow wheels, the Bones? Yeah. The new wheels that I got are, let's see, they're the Jaws Bones 100s. I honestly have not skated them yet. I have that board in my trunk. I skated my other Bones 100s at the new Philly Park, which is where I've been lately. And the concrete over there, it's easier to skate with the big G-Bones. The Bones 100s are really smooth over at Dogwood Park. And if I go to like a tennis court, they feel really good there. But on shakier ground, it's really rough. So I've been saving that board for Dogwood. What wheels and bearings do I use? Well, yeah, I've got the G-Bones, and 2 sets of Bones 100s, and my bearings are, I think in my G-Bones I have reds, and in the others I think they're both just generic. I really can't tell a difference between any of them, though. My YouTube skating goals. My skating goals basically just I try not to really set any goals that I'm gonna have to meet up with because I want to just have fun with it. I love skating and I never want it to feel like something I have to do. When I go to a park, like in the Super Fun video, and I start skating an obstacle and I'm like, man, I gotta do this, I gotta land it, or I gotta accomplish this, then it's really fun, and I don't care if I'm filming for YouTube or what it is, I'm just having fun doing it. So really my goal with skating is just to continue having fun, and I want to progress because the more you can do, obviously, the more fun you're going to have. If you're out there falling down and being embarrassed to be seen by people, it's not that fun. But yeah, the more you can do, and when you can run the lines just back to back to back to back, it's just so much fun. So try not to plan on anything that makes it feel like a job. Planning to buy a skateboard to do tricks and whatnot, what would you recommend? Well, I'll be honest with you. I mean, every board looks the same to me nowadays. The new boards, these popsicle shapes, back in the day, in the 80s and 90s, the shapes of boards were so crazy. If you look up anything, look up like Santa Cruz or Sims, Dogtown, anything like that, and the shapes of boards were so different than they are nowadays. Nowadays you have one basic shape, it's just a long oval, it's like 32 inches long, and you just choose what size you want from, I don't know, 7.5 up to 9 or something. So I just don't know what to say about the new boards. To me, I skate my 9.5, which is the Barnyard, and I skate my 8.5, which is my Era Die This Way, and then the Born This Way is an 8. And I can feel a difference in them, but really I'm just now getting into doing the tricks, so I honestly can't say how much of a difference each one makes with making tricks easier or harder. That's probably something that you could find on Braille's channel. I think Aaron Cairo actually did a really good video on that a while ago, like what size you should choose and why. So Any plans on visiting Indiana? I've been to Indiana. I don't have any plans anytime soon, but I definitely will make it out there at some point because I love abandoned stuff. You guys have probably seen some of my abandoned videos. And there's an abandoned video shop out there that is still stocked full of VHS tapes. I want to get back out there and check that out. Yeah, I could definitely just recommend one of my own decks. I mean, and if you're wondering, just for the hell of it, they're just as strong as anything else out there. They're 7-ply cold pressed, hard rock maple. I think they're just cheaper than everybody else as far as money wise. You know, I think I got them like $30 right now on there. Oh, and by the way, while we're talking about that, the new decks are coming. The Keeping It 100 decks, those are coming. I only have like 40 of them available for sale, but I put those on there as a pre-order for anybody who wants to pre-order it now to make sure you get it. Otherwise, I should have those in probably about a week here. Hey Nate, just wondering what you think about putting cruiser wheels on skateboards, riser pads, or just smaller wheels. Okay, my experience with cruiser wheels is probably with those A1 Meats wheels that I had. When I bought them, they were supposed to be like a 97A, but there's no way. They had to be like an 88 or something because they were really, really soft. Now, I've never skated an actual cruiser or a longboard, but I know they use the softer wheels. I tried to skate them around the skate park, which had, it was like a tennis court, that kind of a ground. And now this could just be because of my weight and they were so soft, but when I pushed, it felt like they were sinking into the ground. I didn't like them at all. So that's really the only experience I have with something that would be like a cruiser wheel. I think you're going to find, depending on what kind of terrain you're on, the wheels are going to make a big difference. That's what my experience has been. I have the really big, I think it's 64 millimeter G-bones, and those things roll over pretty much anything. I've been in school parking lots where it's all chopped up and there's gravel, and if I'm going fast enough, you cruise right over it. But if I were riding my Bones 100s, which are I think 54s, and I hit that gravel, I'd fly right off. The cruiser wheels, like I said, they're really, really soft. I just don't know. I just don't know. Like I said, the only experience I have with them is those A1 Meats wheels, and they were just way too soft for me. Awesome, Brandon. Yes, if I make it out to Indiana again, I'll definitely get a hold of you. Am I looking for new riders? I have some ideas, and I really would like to take some more people on soon, but I'm just not ready yet. But when I am, I will get a hold of you, Brandon. I can tell you this, when we're talking about wheels here, the cheapest place I've found to buy your wheels is on eBay. I don't know how familiar you guys are with eBay, but if you go to eBay, at the top of the page where you search for what you're looking for, it lets you specify how you want to search. If you search for like lowest price, I think it says lowest price plus shipping or something, it will tell you the lowest price on something. And when I bought my Jaws Bones 100s, I got them for 15 bucks, and I think I had free shipping. And like right now, if you look on there, I'm just going to look for the hell of it because I'm curious. Jaws Bones 100s. Price plus shipping, lowest first. Let's see. There are a few on here that are used. Here's some that are on auction, but if you were to buy it now, they're 20 bucks plus $4 shipping. But if you were to go on like the Bones website, they're $24 plus $4 or $5 shipping. So always check eBay. There's a good little tip for you when you're buying wheels. You know, something else I've been thinking of that I would love to do, I have a projector that can project a screen up to like 180 inches. And I would really love sometime this summer to take that projector out and like a couple of sheets and build a big screen. Like over at Dogwood Park, there's the big fences. And actually those are pretty much around any park. But we could build a big screen on that fence with a white sheet, set up that projector, and watch like some of these old skate videos, like Yeah Right, or even older stuff like Ban This, you know, the Pal Peralta videos and things like that. I just think that would be really cool to do that at a skate park and have an awesome session with a bunch of people. Jedi. Yes, how can you get an Era deck? Right now you can go to eraskateboarding.net, and I said this a little bit ago, so I know I'm repeating for some people, but eraskateboarding.net, and right on the front page, as soon as you get there, you'll see the boards with a little button underneath that has the sizes and the Buy It Now button. Takes you straight to PayPal, and you can pay with a credit card or PayPal or whatever. I think I can put a link in here. I don't know why I don't have my glasses on. Anyway, I could live stream it. I probably could if I set it up to live stream like from across the park, so you could see people skating and having fun and watching the movie. I think there would be copyright issues if I set it up just to live stream the movie. Although I know these videos are available in their entirety on YouTube, because I used to have a channel on a page on the website, like set up like a little theater thing where you could go and watch a specific skate video in its entirety. And I think if they knew that, I'd be in trouble. But yeah, there's always copyright issues when you try to live stream anything like that. Hey John, what's the weather down there like right now? Yeah, I'm real careful about the copyright issues. I definitely don't want to lose my channel. And you know, even the music I use, I always search for copyright-free music, and after I put it on, I immediately go through my list of videos and I double check everything to make sure that I'm not getting any copyright strikes or anything like that. The Real Flash, how's it going? Thanks for the vids, dude. Came across your vids a few weeks ago and you totally motivated me to start skating again, and that big guys can skate too. That's awesome. I'll tell you what, guys, I'm really amazed at how many times a week I'm getting this comment now. So many older guys and bigger guys who are getting back into skating now, and I absolutely love that that I can say I kind of had a hand in that, you know, to kind of show you guys that yes, it can be done. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I would love to see that that design. Only one park in Flint, Michigan. I'll tell you what, when I was growing up, I don't think we had any parks. I mean, if any of these parks in Canton were here, I was not aware of it. I lived in a neighboring town, Massillon, and I was not aware of any parks at all. We used to just street skate all day, every day. But now I'm like surrounded by them. 90 degrees in Florida. Alright, James, I'll see you later. Thank you for watching, then. Yeah, let me think. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, 5 parks that I can think of right offhand. Just all right around me. Oh, and then there's another one in Akron. It's actually an indoor park that there's a guy who's been asking me to come out there, but I haven't had a chance to do it. South Africa, man, that's awesome. How is the scene out there in South Africa? Do you guys have anywhere good to skate? Do you have parks out there? Or? I'll be right back, guys. I gotta get some more water here. What is that one in that park in Akron called? I can't think. Like First Glance, I think. You have a few, yes, not barely as many as you have over there, though. That's cool. Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. I want to get back into street skating. I've just been hitting these skate parks recently so much because it's just so much easier to learn at the parks right now. Yeah, First Glance. But I have done a little bit of street skating and I miss it. But you know what is really weird? It's really, I get really nervous about the idea of going out street skating. When I was younger, I didn't care. You know, you didn't care where you got kicked out or what people thought or anything. And I'm really not the kind of person who who cares what people think of me. But it just seems so awkward now if I were to go skate somewhere like at a bank or something and get kicked out. Because now I'm a grown adult and I'm this big fat guy on a skateboard, and if I got kicked out by a security guard now, it would just feel so awkward. Awesome, John. Yeah, drink a lot of water. I do drink pop sometimes, but it's always diet pop. But even at that, after you get used to drinking water all the time, when you drink pop, it almost tastes like syrup. It's so thick. Soda. Yeah, Razor. Hey Nate, did you know that diet pop has more sugar, so it's more unhealthy? Yeah, I try to tell myself it's okay sometimes. Because I just, after you drink water so much and when you're on this diet where you can't have any sugar, I gotta have something sweet sometimes. And so usually I'll grab like a diet root beer or something. And I know it's still got sugar in it, but oh man, I am so hot tonight. Yeah, they put all kinds of weird sweeteners and stuff in these pops now. You don't really even know what's in them. Dietetics. Arnold's Family Vlogs. Hello, how you doing? Wish I could have like some music on here or something. It seems so quiet, but if I do that, then it starts echoing. Thomas Pryor, how's it going? How's the Era skateboarding website change domains? Oh, last time I tried to go there, it had appeared the domain was bought out. Yes, it's eraskateboarding.net. It was eraskateboarding.com, and my old credit card was out of date, and I forgot to update it. So when they tried to take the payment, it didn't go through. And then by the time I caught on to that, they had canceled it, and they wanted me to pay like $180 for it or something, and I was like, forget it. So yes, it's now eraskateboarding.net. I try to remember to put that as a link in my videos, but I keep forgetting. I know your sister. Hey, okay. I think I'd seen where you... Arnold's Family Vlogs, that's who I'm talking to right now. I think I had seen where you commented on a couple of my videos before about knowing my sister. Okay, this is a great comment right here. Razor, I tried to lose weight by skating, but family members discouraged it. Let me tell you, man. My girlfriend is up my butt about it all the time. I mean, she is so worried that I'm going to get hurt, and I totally understand that. She was really supportive for a while there, and she still is. I shouldn't say she's not. She's just so worried that I'm going to break a hip. So, I mean, I hear about it constantly, and when I go out, she always has to make sure, are you wearing your pads? And that, that's why you see me with knee pads, elbow pads, wrist guards, helmet, everything, you know? So, right. Yeah, that's another thing. Make sure I have my phone on me, make sure it's within reach, everything. And, pardon me, I mean, really, it makes perfect sense. Especially when I go out and most of the time I'm at these parks by myself. If I get hurt, I'm pretty much screwed. Black Corvo, hello, how's it going? I will tell you this, though. I think the hardest thing that I've had to deal with through this whole process is the weight, or with the weight loss, is like the diet part. And what makes it so hard is that everybody around you will unintentionally sabotage the diet. Like there's always some kind of a birthday party going on, or a get together or something where everybody's eating pizza and birthday cake. Or when I go to my girlfriend's house, we'll go out to eat. And man, when you go out to eat and there's only a certain type of foods that you can have, it is so difficult. Yesterday I insisted we just go back to the house, because if I went out to eat, I was gonna eat, and that just couldn't happen. So we went back to the house, and I don't even remember what I made. Um, oh, I think actually we ran through Wendy's. I got some cheeseburgers and took off the buns. So that was the closest thing I could get to eating. I mean, going out to eat. The thing about helmets is, if you fall really far and you hit your head, couldn't that cause brain damage? You mean if you weren't wearing a helmet? I mean, even if you are wearing a helmet, yeah, if you fall hard enough, you're gonna get hurt. But one of my very first times being out at a skate park, when I was back on the skateboard, I wasn't even on my board. I was climbing up on the ramps and kind of looking around just to get a feel for what it would feel like to be on top of them. And I stepped down onto the transition, and my foot slid right out from underneath me. Both feet flew up, and I slammed my head on the transition. No helmet. It hurt so bad. I don't know. It kind of gave me an idea of what I'm going to have to go through if I don't wear a helmet. Nice big black shirt. Yes. I love this shirt. I need someone to cheer me on to do things like skating. Hey, I'll cheer you on, man. Shia LaBeouf, just do it. Jedi, what, explain to me, oh, shin pad socks. I mean, I don't see any problem with those things at all, man. If I could wear an entire, steel suit out there, I would. There's no kidding about it, man. When you fall, it hurts, especially when you're a big guy. I actually thought about getting some of those, like, hard hip pads, because, damn, I do not want to break a hip. Okay, let's see. I want to get the FP insole protection socks that have ankle protection. Yeah, man, I don't blame anybody for any kind of steps they take to protect themselves when they're skating, because man, if you fall, it just hurts. That's all there is to it. I wasn't wearing pads or a helmet for the longest time there, and I got so banged up. And then I was like, all right, that's it. I actually was going to buy some of these 187s, I think they're called. Really expensive. And I happened to come across the ones that I used all last year at a Goodwill. They were like $4 for a set of Tony Hawk Birdhouse knee pads and elbow pads, and there was the wrist guards. And I used those things for all of last year. And I came across 2 sets of pads at the Goodwill again. And, I mean, these things are working good. So, I'm not going to go spend a lot of money on other ones. Hold on, I'm going to go see what the brand of these new pads I got are. I'll be right back. Okay. So the first ones I had were those Tony Hawk Birdhouse. They work perfectly fine. They still work perfectly fine. The one knee pad has a crack, but, I mean, they protected me. The next ones I had were Mountain Dew. I got a pack of Mountain Dew pads. The elbow pads fit really good. They're nice and solid. The knee pads are a little tight on me yet, but I'm going to save them still and use them. And the ones I found just the other day, I actually bought these strictly for the wrist guards. These are K2. I think this is actually a brand, like a rollerblading brand or something. But these things fit great. And I got 2 of them. So I'm going to be using these. And it came with knee pads too. They're pretty big. I'm going to try them, but they feel pretty weak. I mean, if I go down once on these, I expect these are going to break. What are my weight loss goals in terms of time? I think this is a pretty brazen goal, but last November 1st, I was down by 100 pounds total. I weighed in at 299. I would love to be down another 100 pounds and weigh in at 199 this November 1st. But we'll have to see, because the longer you do this, the more your body gets used to it, and the slower the process is. Now, I'm going to start walking as well. God, I hate that treadmill, but I was thinking of bringing it up into my bedroom, and every morning when I roll out of bed, just getting right on it for 20 minutes. Because I really do want that extra push to really strip off as much weight as I can. I would love to get down to 199 by November 1st. That's a tall order, but I really would like to do that. Jeremiah Noble. Cool, I'm probably going to meet Andy Schrock at the Take Over the World premiere. Where is that taking place? What's up, Cody? Cody, where is that meet and greet at? It might actually be the same place as that world premiere, if that's what you're talking about. Don't push yourself too hard. You literally can have a stroke. Yeah, and that's one reason. Like when I did my live warm-up the other day, and somebody came on and said, more skating and less talking. And I had to explain to them, I can skate for a few minutes, and then I got to come back and catch my breath, skate for a few minutes, come back, catch my breath. And then once I really start going, after I've warmed up a little bit, then I can start pushing, like that second video you saw, the super fun session. Then I start pushing until I accomplish what I'm trying to accomplish. But until I'm really warmed up, I have to take it easy. Have any tips on ollieing? My foot keeps slipping off. Are you talking about your front foot when you try to slide it up there? Okay, let's see. Yeah, Cody, not 100% sure where in Ohio. I would have to guess it's in Cincinnati. I think that's where they're out of. But I just don't know. See you later, Razor. Razor Raptor, that's what the name is. Back foot. The real Flash. Rather get a punching bag. I actually have a punching bag downstairs. It's my son's. He moved out and he left it here. I should start using that thing. Let's see. Okay, Jeremiah, if your back foot is sliding off... I mean, I think probably the best thing you could do is watch those Braille videos. Aaron Cairo does an excellent job explaining every detail of the body mechanics you need to perform every trick. And it's just basically teaching your muscles to memorize where they need to go. Like if your feet, when you ollie, you push down, you slide this one up, and this foot goes out and back on. So you have to train this foot to come right back on the board. If that makes any sense. Easier said than done. But it's all about training your muscles to remember what to do in that specific movement. And yeah, Aaron Cairo does just a better job than any other videos I've ever watched on how to do certain skateboarding tricks. So definitely check that out. The premiere is in Florence, Kentucky. What in the world? Why would he choose Florence, Kentucky? That's weird. Who are some of my favorite pro skaters from back in the day? PK Barikua. I don't know how to pronounce that. Oh man. Nodus. All the way. I was the biggest Nodus fan on the face of the earth. All the guys in the Bones Brigade. Let's see. Frankie Hill. In fact, in the video that I posted the other day, the super fun skate session, when I was dancing on top of the ramp, that was like my throwback to Frankie Hill. Because I'll tell you what, I can't remember what video it was, but there's one where he's on top of a ramp and he's dancing like that to the Commodore's Brick House. So that's exactly what I was thinking of when I did that. Ray Barbie. Ray Barbie is absolutely incredible. He's definitely one of my favorites from back in the day. Man. Okay, Ollie Skate Park in Florence, Kentucky. Oh, yeah, definitely Mike Vallely, too. Mike Vallely is just crazy. I love him. He's awesome. There's just so many guys from back in the day that were just so... I don't know, man, so hyped and crazy. It was those old videos, Hocus Pocus, from H Street, Shackle Me Not, Wheels of Fire, Streets on Fire. All those old videos, I absolutely love them. I have a few. Propaganda, Public Domain, Strip Mall Heroes, Search for Animal Chin. That stuff, I just love all that stuff from the back in the day. Even Tony Hawk. I mean, Tony Hawk gets a bad name. People love to call him a sellout. But Tony Hawk, he's just incredible. I was thinking of Tony Hawk when I was up on top. Yep, definitely Matt Hensley. When I was up on top, the 10-foot vert wall at this park the other day, I swear to God, somebody told me it's only 10 feet, but it feels like 15 when you're up there. And all I could think about was Tony Hawk, dropping in on that thing. And it's like, how in the world, how do you ever build yourself up to that? But Tony Hawk, man, when he was a little kid, he was hitting these ramps so hard, it was just incredible. Guns, yeah. Thinking about the old school, I remember we used to get the California Cheapskates magazines. Well, they weren't magazines. The magazines we had was Trans World and Thrasher, and but we would get the catalogs from California Cheapskates, and everything was so cool. It was just, I didn't even know how to explain it. Like, when I think about this stuff, it takes me right back to that time, looking at, like, the Sims Kevin Staub decks. They were so colorful, and there was, like, the Jeff Kendall decks, and just all that stuff was just so amazing. And I ordered my very first pair of Airwalk Vicks from California Cheapskates. I remember getting those things in the mail, opening them up in my bedroom, sitting on my bed, and even the smell of those shoes when I opened the box. Just one of my greatest memories. Awesome. The Schmidt Sticks team, yeah. Yep, Mark Gonzalez, Gary Getz, Chris Joslin. I just love to think about those days. And I don't know why I always went for, I don't want to call them the off-brand skateboard decks, but like I had the small room box. That is probably my favorite deck I ever had. And I had the Adrian Domain. It was a tracker deck. Something else. Other than that, I had a couple of Nodus decks. The Bod Boyle Stained Glass. That was one of my favorites too. And they actually just reissued that one not too long ago. And I kept saying, I'm going to buy it, and I never did. Jeremiah, yeah, the graphic on that funeral deck. Pardon me. I think I've said this in other videos before, but the angel skater up on the top on the nose, that's actually me when I was like 15. My friend Dan Stanley took that picture, and of course, I just added the wings. But he took that picture. I even remember the curb I was jumping off of. then the preacher down below, that's another friend of mine, his name is Mark. I took his head and I put him on the body of Jonas Nightingale from the movie Leap of Faith. Yeah, so that was... I was thinking there was something else in there that was specific, but there's not. You know, that was the two really cool things about that deck. Yeah, I actually do have a video where I went and skated at that same curb. It was the bank. I didn't do anything off the curb because it was one of my earlier skater diet videos. In fact, I think it was like episode 21 or something. Let me see if I can find it here quick. Because there was a string, there was a bank, and then there was a shopping center, and then another bank. And we used to skate the whole thing, and we'd get kicked out all day long to skate back and forth. And the one bank, I don't even know if I should say this, but the one bank, there was a bunch of us that go over there, and a couple of us always took off the grate over top of the manhole, and then we'd skate away, and, you know, we'd skate around the whole bank there. But somebody always left that grate off. And there was this car that came through there, the same car, came through like 3 times and busted an axle. And their tire went right down in that manhole. And they busted an axle. I laugh about it, but it's not funny. If it were me, I'd be pissed. But it was funny. Yeah, I'm not sure right offhand which episode that was. I wish I could find it here. But I will definitely go back and skate that curb again for another video here in the future. Yeah, Kai, that is the video. The one where I went back to the school, that's the video where I skate through that area with the 2 banks. I go through the one with the black top, and then the shopping center, and then the other one, which now I believe has a black top, but it used to be a white concrete, and it was really smooth. Yeah, get rails for your deck. If you don't want to mess up the graphic, it still will rub on there if you're doing like slides and that. But I've always used rails, and I've never really destroyed a deck. And the pig rails, you're right, those are huge. Like, we used to use these ones called ugly sticks, and they were just enormous. They were perfect for that. You just slide right down on the rails and never even touch your graphic. Alright guys, I'm going to jam here. My dog's outside going nuts. I got to let him in. And but thank you everybody for watching. And I'll try to do some more of these live streams, kind of not every day, but I'll try to do them more often. I know people like the live streams. And I'll try to get it worked around where I'm not like fumbling around for 20 minutes in the beginning of it. So, yeah, thank you everybody for watching, and I will get the skater diet up tomorrow. I'm not going to mess around with editing it again tonight. I'm just frustrated with it. But I'll get it up tomorrow, and I got a lot of awesome videos coming. So, I'll see you guys later. Hey, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up on any videos you watch. Share my videos. Help me try to get this sub count up. Anything you can do to help me out, I totally appreciate it. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out.